You are tuned in to Kids
In the Pit.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I am joined by Bryan from the band Death Before Dishonor. Let's get into it. Hey Bryan, I'm Gabe. Nice to meet you. Mind if I ask you some questions about your musical career?
Nice to meet you too, and you can absolutely ask me anything you want.
Okay. So, what do you do in the band Death Before Dishonor?
I sing for the band Death Before Dishonor. Yes.
So, how long has Death Before Dishonor been a band?
We started in like early 2001. So 20, I don't know, how many years is that? 21 years, something like that. 2001, 22. Yeah, like 21
Well, it's
years.
2022, so 21 years.
21 years, a long time. So long that I can't remember.
Yeah. So, for those that are not familiar with your band, what song should they look up?
I would say the song Friends, Family Forever from the album Friends, Family Forever. That'd be my go-to. That's my pick.
Okay. So, what is your favorite place you've toured in, and what is the most obscure place you've toured in?
That's a good one. Favorite place? It's tough. I like a lot of places. I love going to Europe. Germany is great. I've been to Australia a couple times. That was awesome. I don't know. I like traveling, period. The most obscure place, I don't know. Maybe like Indonesia or something. That was kind of obscure.
Have
Not super obscure, but
you played anywhere in Africa?
I've never played Africa. I want to. I know a couple bands that have been there, but unfortunately, we've never played there yet.
Yeah. I know like Comeback Kid and
Yeah.
Harris have played South Africa.
Yeah, I heard like South Africa is a decent scene. I know Comeback Kid's been there. Yeah, definitely a few other bands. Like 10 years ago, we were talking to people there and it like almost worked out and then it never did. But yeah, I've yet to do that. We're supposed to this summer go to Tel Aviv, Israel.
Oh,
So kind of obscure in the sense, like, I don't know. I don't know a lot of bands that go there, but we just toured with a band in Europe this past summer from Tel Aviv, and they're bringing us there this summer. So that'll be pretty cool.
yeah. Sick of it all. So my mom toured with them, and so she was supposed
Yeah.
to go to so it was a European tour. They were supposed to go to Israel, but the reason they didn't, the show got canceled because the promoter said that they didn't sell enough tickets, even though he just kept the money for himself and canceled the show.
Yeah. So when you get to some of these weird spots, and I'm not saying, Tel Aviv, but just some of these like obscure markets, like this happens a bunch, like in Central America and stuff like that, where money goes missing, even though tickets are bought and shows don't happen. That happened to us kind of in Belarus. Actually, that's a weird place that I've been to. I forgot about all that weird Eastern Europe stuff. So we played Belarus, which is weird. It used to be part of Russia and it's not.
Yeah.
And the
Never
first
really
show
heard.
got canceled.
I've never really heard of bands playing Belarus.
Yeah, we were on tour with this band Ignite, and we're supposed to have two shows in Belarus, and the first one, like, it was super shady. Like, it didn't happen, then was like moved to another venue, and then that didn't happen.
Huh.
And that was in a city called Brest. And then the next night we played Minsk, Belarus, and that show was wild.
The town called Brest?
Yeah, that's like a city. Brest, not like
Okay.
the anatomy part.
Okay. So, do you have any cool or crazy tour stories?
I'm sure there's a bunch. One time we were on tour with Evergreen Terrace and what was the other band? I can't think of it. Straight from the Path. And we were on tour in Texas. It had to be Texas. I'm pretty sure it's Texas. And the club was like in a strip mall with a pizza place next door. And we loaded in. First band was either playing or about to play. And we were just like hanging out in the van talking. And all of a sudden the whole parking lot was just black smoke. And the venue caught on fire because the pizza oven caught on fire. So we literally had to run in the venue. And it was the first day of tour too. So we had so many like merch boxes and stuff. Everybody literally had to like run in, grab gear, grab merch, and the place burnt down in front of us. Like, we got everything out, everybody was safe, but we literally couldn't leave the parking lot because like the fire department came, and the club literally burnt down.
Wow.
Then we
That's
went and played
insane.
some kids' living room, and it was pretty cool.
So I'm assuming you. Well, no, you weren't the. Wait, did any of the bands play?
I think like a local band played first, and it was like right after their set, like in between bands, and then the whole parking lot, because like I said, the building's attached to the pizza place, so the roof started like on fire. So we ran to the club. We had to like tie shirts around our face because the smoke was like horrible, but like
Yeah.
all our gear was in there, all the merch, and like it just wild. People just running in, grabbing stuff. We got everything out, got in the parking lot, and then even as we were grabbing stuff off the stage, the wall was catching on fire coming down. It was wild. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's insane. Glad no one was hurt.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody was fine. Hopefully the place had insurance and it was covered. But yeah, we ended up,
Yeah.
we didn't get out of the parking lot for like hours. And then some kid was like, just play our house. So us and Evergreen Terrace, Straight from Path, went there at like 11 o'clock at night and played some kids' living room.
Wait, so they just like let people just go in their living room?
Yeah. A bunch of kids were living there, like hardcore kids. And obviously they didn't care. But yeah, a bunch of people went there and it was wild. Like you could fit like 10 people in there and there was like, I don't know, 100 people. It's pretty wild.
Jeez. So what was your first concert and how old were you?
I didn't really like go. All right. So I didn't go to a lot of concerts like growing up for whatever reason. When I was like maybe like 12, 13, I went to this place called Derringer's. It's a small club. It's no longer there in Brockton, which is a suburb of Boston. To see a couple thrash bands because the guy down the street, he was in one of those bands, but I wasn't really into heavy music then. So I never really consider it my first concert because I didn't know what happened. Like I didn't pay attention. But then fast forward years later, my first concert was actually a hardcore show. So in like 1993, I went to go see Biohazard in Boston. So that's like my first that I remember and like was into the bands.
Oh, how old were you?
93, 78. I don't know. I'm bad at math. 78, 88, 16, 15. I was born in 78. You're probably better at math than me.
My mom was too. She
Was born
also
in 78.
78.
So how old was she in 93?
Good question.
Is she right there? Because she could answer it because she might know better than me.
15.
All right. So yeah, I was like 15 going on 6, somewhere around there. And I went and saw Biohazard, this band Stompbox from Boston, and a band from Boston called Reason Enough. And that was my first show.
Oh.
And concert. Like I said, I never really went to like big concerts and stuff like that growing up, I don't think.
So what is the band you suggest other people go see live?
As far as like hardcore bands, I'd probably say Terror. They're one of my favorite bands to see live.
Ooh, I'm gonna see them at the Holiday Jam in December.
You're gonna see us too because we're playing.
Oh, nice. So now for some non-music related questions.
Okay.
Where did you grow up and do you still live there?
I grew up in a suburb of Boston called Randolph. I don't live there anymore. I now live in Quincy.
Oh. So my aunt lives in Lynn and my mom used to live in Salem.
Yep. Those are like north of Boston. I was living south of Boston. I still live south of Boston. Yeah, I've been to Lynn a bunch and Salem. I used to go all the time. I mean, this time of year, everybody goes to Salem for Halloween. It's the thing. Because like the Salem witch stuff. And our record label had an office in Salem for a while. It's not there anymore.
Huh. So would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
One horse-sized duck.
I would choose the 100 duck-sized horses because I could just kick them.
Good point. But what if I get tired? Then I got to fight so many, except I could just put all my energy into one big one. That's my thought process.
I guess, but like, I don't know. It's going to be so big that if you like just mess up one bit, it's just going to trample you.
Unless it's slow and I can just outrun it.
But ducks are kind of fast.
Good point. I'm still sticking with mine. I respect your decision, though.
Yes. Okay. So does pineapple belong on pizza?
Absolutely not. No.
You're disgusting.
So you say yes.
Yes, it does.
I don't like pineapple, period. So I'm absolutely not going to like it on pizza.
But what are your favorite toppings?
I'm a basic pizza person. Cheese, pepperoni, sausage, those three.
Yes. So I have two options I'll do. Only at I have three types. So only at Domino's I like green peppers and onions, but everywhere else I like either pineapple or just like cheese or pepperoni.
Yeah, I'm a basic cheese person, and once in a while I'll get a pepperoni or a pepperoni hamburger. I don't like a lot of vegetables, so I'm the worst person to ask this. I'm very basic.
Yeah.
The older I get, I like more vegetables, but I'm not like I don't like peppers and onions.
Yeah. So if you could have any superpowers at all, what would you choose?
I'd probably just be able to fly, so then I don't have to sit in traffic anymore. Plus, I can get anywhere I want super quick.
Well, with telekinesis, you can teleport and you can, in my opinion, teleporting is better than flying because it doesn't take
True.
time. And also, let's say you want to go to um, Greenland.
Yep.
You just teleport there. You
Yeah,
don't need
but
a passport or anything.
that's true. But you wouldn't need a passport if you fly because you don't have to fly into an airport, right?
Yeah, but still.
It'd be quicker to teleport. So you're right. So the
Yeah,
quick,
way quicker.
but you get to see more stuff, and you don't have to sit in traffic. Like I like to travel and see stuff. I just hate sitting in traffic.
Good point. But if you had telekinesis and you could teleport, you could just spam you could pretty much um uh fly by just like pressing teleport over and over so
It
you can
would be
still
pretty
see
cool
stuff.
because you could be there instantly. Yeah, that's a good point.
And if you don't want to see anything, you're there.
True. Yeah, that's a tough one. What would you pick?
Telekinesis.
That's your go-to?
Yeah.
Not over flying. I just mean like if you had one superpower.
Yeah, telekinesis.
Okay. I respect that. Cool.
Yeah. So if you could have dinner with any three people, living or dead, who would you choose?
All right. So I would go, and it could be anybody, right? Anybody, anything, any walk of
Anybody,
life, right?
living or dead, three people.
All right. I'm gonna go Robert De Niro, great actor. Bruce Springsteen, because I love Bruce Springsteen. And then I'm gonna go George Carlin, who's my favorite stand-up comedian, who's no longer alive, because I think it'd be dope.
Okay. So mine would be there's two alive and one will be dead.
Yeah.
So the two alive would be Greg Graffin from Bad Religion and Jamie Josta
Okay.
from
Hatebreed.
Hatebreed.
Yeah.
But the dead one, so my great grandma died when my mom was pregnant with me.
Okay.
I'd really want to meet her because
That's cool.
yeah.
Awesome. I like your choices. Good choices.
Yeah. So if you could tell your 10-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
I would say pick up an instrument, or if you pick up an instrument, like really stick to it. Like when I was younger, I like in school, you could like pick an instrument, and I picked like saxophone, and I was like, this is stupid. And I wish I would go back and actually be like, no, it's not stupid. And then, or any type of thing, but I would say go learn an instrument young, and then I would like, if I go back in time and learn an instrument, I'd be really psyched.
Well, I actually do play guitar.
Awesome.
So wait, are you able to just like switch instruments?
I just sing. So what, when you're younger, you mean? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so
In
like
school.
in school, it was like saxophone, like it was all like orchestra type stuff.
Oh,
Right. Like we didn't have an orchestra, but like, it was like saxophone, flute, clarinet, and then like maybe drum, but not like drums, like a bass drum, like a marching, or like I don't know. But I didn't like stick to it long enough. I had a saxophone. I was like, that's not cool. I wish I played guitar. And then, I think saxophones are cool now, but I was very young. But I also didn't take that energy and just like go get a guitar. And I was just like, I don't know. I wish I did.
We should have if you had if you continued the saxophone, you could have been in a ska band.
I could have. Mighty Mighty Bosstones. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
See, if I stuck to it. So stick to your instruments.
I know. So would you like to add anything before we end the podcast?
Thank you for taking time to interview me. I think you're doing an awesome thing. I saw you were just out. Were you on tour following Madball or with Madball?
It was Unearth and Madball and this small like death metal band called Undeath.
Okay, cool. I saw that. That was cool. I saw you singing with Madball. That's rad.
My mom did merch for Unearth.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they're a Boston band. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for taking the time for the podcast and keep doing what you're doing. We'll see you at Holiday Jam.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks to Bryan for joining me today, and thanks to all of you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye.
Peace.